My name is Benson Masharia. Today, I'm the chairman of Friends of Devolution, whereby for the last 10 years or so, we have been looking at matters of devolution when it comes to milestone, when it comes to challenges and way forward. What is it? What can we say as the residents of Nakuru County? One of the things that we have actually noticed that many governors have tried to address, but it is becoming not a reality, is the question of a wage bill. Wage bill is whereby we have staff that counties are receiving a lot of monies, and many of these funds are going toward payment of salaries and also allowances and other emoluments, whereby sometimes you'll find development can be stifled if we are not going to be very careful with the way we are going to spend our money. That's why you see the quota system in terms of how many people or how much should be allocated to development. Then it has been given by the county, by the national government to all the county government. One of the things that we have looked at governors from the first governor of Nakuru County, Kenneth Mbugua, he tried to address the question of wage bill. He was unable to do it. And when he tried, he was met with a lot of resistance. Number two came Lee Kenyanchui. He also tried, when he was campaigning, he also promised to go and reduce the wage bill, but he was unable to do it. Number three was Susan Kihika. She also came with the question of addressing the issue of the wage bill. But to our surprise, and this is the thing that has been going on, all these governors, they have been unable to tackle that matter. Why is it so? They are not the only ones. When you look at other places like in Kisii, Simba Arati has tried the same. He has failed. When you look at Governor Sang of Nandi, he has also tried, and he even weeded out some ghost workers, but all these backlashed on him, and he has actually backfired on him. Why? Number one, counties were supposed to come and increase employment. Many people, when they look at county government, they look at places where they have to get employment and get their daily bread. Now, when it comes now to a governor, that he or she will come in and then want to address the wage bill, that means that he or she must sack people. And you see, for all human terms and human rights and all the human approach, any governor who has done that has been met with a lot of issues, whereby it has become untenable. And you cannot do it because you see there are some other factors that have also done. When you look at Kenneth Mbugua, or even Lee Kenyanchui, even Governor Susan, they had their own supporters. They had people that they had promised once they get into power, they will give them jobs. But only to come and realize there are no vacancies. When you try to employ two people, another 1 million is making a lot of noise. So these governors, they have found themselves in a very, very tight corner when it comes to the question of addressing that matter. To which, for us, we feel like Friends of Devolution, this is not a matter that should actually just be left just like that. We actually expected at some point when we had the national debate led by the chairman then of the chairperson of Salaries and Remuneration Commission, Madam Sarah Serem. I remember when we went there, she told counties that it is now high time you address and you approach this matter in the bold manner you can, so that you talk and you present to us what are some of the things that you think should be done by the counties to address that matter. And above all, to create employment in the counties. Because you see, you cannot compare Nakuru County, where we have over 5,000 to 6,000 staff, and counties like Lamu, which have only 350. Or even in Nyandarua, which have 460. What we call civil servants. So we cannot be compared. Nakuru has continued to suffer that marginalization because we were the headquarters of Rift Valley. And we inherited a lot of stuff for all the programs that were devolved. So this is a point that many people don't want to talk. And that is why even when you look at some of the things like the conditional grants, we expected them to continue. Nakuru must continue to receive conditional grants so that a hospital like PGH can be receiving those funds, because it receives patients from across over 5 other counties, which normally come here, even up to Bomet. They come to Nakuru, Rift Valley General Hospital, which means that monies and all the things that are given there, we must be given special consideration, so that also it does not leave the people of Nakuru exposed. Now, when you look at the people who are employed in Nakuru, all successive governments have tried their best to employ their people, but it has always backfired because a governor comes in, they throw out the other ones saying those were Lee Kenyanjui people. This other one come, we throw out the ones saying they are from Kenuthia. Who is Nakuru working for? Who is that worker that will get that opportunity to work for the county government of Nakuru? That when you get employment, you will not be stigmatized because you are employed under that other regime. A government is a government. So what we are saying today is that we must have a honest and a robust conversation when it comes to matters of employment and creating opportunities for the people of Nakuru. We must tell the national government that Nakuru County must first of all get the share of what we call affirmative action fund for what we say like matters of making sure that at least we address some issues which some other counties are able because they have less staff. Because many of the funds which come here, they go to salaries and allowances. So as residents, this affects our development. So we want the national government to give an affirmative fund to the county government, even like of Nakuru, so that they can address some of the challenges which some other counties are trying to address because they are able to address because for them, they don't have many other things. So when we come again, also we must look at what we call equalization fund. Equalization fund was brought in this by the new constitution to be able to bring some areas which were down in terms of development to uplift them, to at least reach other areas like Nairobi and other area, so that we can at least look at ourselves like we don't have places like Turkana or else that we can actually use. But also, we still went further and said that we should look at areas within counties like Nakuru County. There are some areas which are marginalized. When you go to places like Waseges down there, there is no water. Those places are very dry. When you go to places like Andutura in Rongai in Visoi, when you go to some places in even Tipis and that place you call Kiptororo, those areas are dry areas, even in some other places of Naivasha. So there are specific areas within Nakuru County that falls within the category of an equalization fund recipient. So what we are saying is this equalization fund that we saw Mbadi launch the other day, that counties are being given billions so that they can get better roads, better infrastructure, they can get better education system and health system. This is what also we need as Nakuru people. Because again, if that is not being addressed, as Nakuru County, we are supposed to be given the management of certain resources. One of them is Lake Nakuru. Lake Nakuru should be managed by the people of Nakuru. When you look at some other counties, just the other day, Kajiado was being handed over the management of the Masai Mara Park. How comes those areas are being given the management and Nakuru, nobody is talking about us being given an opportunity to get even the revenue that we are getting from the lake here. The lake is in Nakuru. Look at GDC. GDC is here. But even whatever they are giving to us, the county government, nobody can quantify. These MPs, some of them are going there, they get kickbacks and they run away. They don't tell people what exactly is GDC doing to the people of Nakuru, even as they come to mine whatever is they're getting here in terms of geothermal development in Nakuru County. These are things, these are conversations that the people of Nakuru must understand. Sometimes we can blame leaders that they are not using money, that they are not using money properly, that they don't have money. But it is because we have failed to have leaders who are able to talk for the people of Nakuru. Myself today, I will say, I will continue to remind the national government that Nakuru County, we need that lake. We need to be given the management of Nakuru. We need to be also to be given the management of Naivasha and also all the other areas, like all the prehistoric site, so that whatever little we can get, that we can also supplement our revenue. Because like right now, Lake Nakuru is doing to about 2 to 3 or 4 billion. What about that? What is coming back to Nakuru? When you look at the communities even along the park and all that, we are not benefiting from what we call the wildlife and wildlife WWC, World Wildlife Conservation Fund. We are not receiving anything, which means that people even along there, they are being affected by animals. They are being attacked every other day. There is human to wildlife conflict. We are not able to do it in Nakuru. We must have this honest conversation. Who are these leaders? Even when the head of state will come here in Nakuru, they will be able to say things like the way we are saying. Some of us, we have never gotten an opportunity to speak to the president. But if we could tell President Ruto that, even if we are just given as one management, what do you think Nakuru does not deserve that Kajiado deserves to be given to manage a park? We have everything that we have. Like right now, we also expected in the management of wildlife that when you look at the act itself, now county government has a representative in that committee, which means that those committees should actually be the ones saying, okay, because the park has gotten this amount of money, this is what we are supposed to give to the Nakuru. No, we need to have a honest conversation as the people of Nakuru. Like right now, even the airport. We were talking about the airport the other day. These things have gone away. So what we are just saying is we need to have a honest and wild conversation, because you see, if KWS can be given can now give us as a county for management of that park, we will absorb another 300 there. If we are given Lake Naivasha, another 300 there. If we can get even 2,000 slots that will now come for employment. So what we are saying is that the question of wage bill, the people, we have so many youths. Like in Nakuru County also, we have been expecting that even the county government of Nakuru should have something like kazi kwa vijana to just be able to assist the many thousands of youths who are in Nakuru. Like for example, right now, all the departments, for example, the Department of Roads, all the manual works, all the other works, the kazi za mikono, they are supposed to be making sure that these things are done by locals within those areas, so that we address the question of wage bill within Nakuru County. Otherwise, we'll keep ranting. We are ranting here that President Ruto is not doing anything. We are just ranting that we are not. But leaders of Nakuru County, we don't have a defender. This time now, that's why we are saying we are going to stand up for the people of Nakuru. We are going to remind the president that we need those affirmative action funds to be brought here in terms of national government projects and approaches. And again, also, we are going to talk about the equalization fund. We also need Nakuru to be given 1 billion. If we are given only 1 billion as equalization, you want to tell me how many people can the county government employ? So these are the question, a honest conversation that Nakuru people must be ready to discuss. They must be ready to ask their leaders. They must be ready to even talk to the religious community, all the stakeholders. We must be asking those questions. Nakuru is not poor. We are a rich county, but we are a mismanaged county. Thank you.